This is a reaction video. I'm reacting to what Stephen Bartlett said about Airbnb.
And I was actually in an Airbnb last weekend when me and my friends had a reunion in New York. And it's from staying in Airbnbs over the years that led me to start hosting my own place. I know friends of mine who actually Airbnb their own place in order to pay for the Airbnb they use when they're away on holiday, which is pretty smart. And maybe you stayed in an Airbnb before and thought, this is actually pretty doable. Maybe my place could be an Airbnb. It could be as simple as starting with a spare room or your entire place. You could be sitting on an Airbnb and not even know it. Whether you could use some extra money to cover your bills or something a little bit more fun, your home might be worth more than you think. And you can find out how much it's worth at airbnb.co.uk/host. Check it out, find out how much your home is worth, and let me know what you think.
So yeah, you heard the man himself, that's Stephen. So he was talking about Airbnb could supplement your income. So you could take your property. So he was talking more about his own personal property. However, there are many ways to actually be involved in this Airbnb and capitalize the market and make money from it. So you can take a property from a landlord. You don't own this property, but you can rent a property from a landlord, and with that property from the landlord, with the correct permissions and with the correct contracts in place, you can then sublet that property on Airbnb. Yes, I know you're thinking this is illegal. No, it is perfectly legal, and I've built a portfolio of our own properties and also lease properties from landlord, and we rent out all the properties in our portfolio in Airbnb. Okay, let me show you some of the pictures, some of the properties which we own on Airbnb. And as you can see there, so these are like the pictures of the properties which I own, and these are like all the listings which are on Airbnb. You can count them here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 listing, 13 properties on Airbnb. 6 of them are owned by us, and the other 7 are leased out from landlords, and we make money from them. So Airbnb, you can see here as well, this is saying connected, listed. So this is perfectly allowed. It's a strategy which is allowed, and you can make money from it. You're probably thinking, okay, you sitting there, you probably have privileges or whatever, how did you start? You've got all those questions to yourself. In this YouTube channel, there are many resources, many videos which I've put out there on how to start for you to get your Airbnb property. But to summarize it for you, the best way to start in 2025 is by going out to lettings agents and landlords online. You can go on places, on websites like Rightmove, Zoopla, Open Rent. Look for lettings agents and landlords who are going to permit you to let out their property, to rent their property from them on a company let agreement. And with the property you've rented from them, you then take the property and sublet it, rent it out on a nightly rate on Airbnb. Let's do some quick maths on what this might look like. So, and I'll do a quick maths using an example of a property which we've just taken on in Birmingham. So this property you see here is a 2-bedroom house in Birmingham. The rent which I pay to the landlord is 1.1. So I found this landlord, and we agreed a rent of 1.1, and I've also paid a deposit of 1.1 to this landlord. So that's like 2.2 already in on day one. Then I took the property, it was empty. You can see the pictures here, empty property, like nothing in the property, a boring magnolia color, and we've revamped the property into this. Look at the pictures now, like the property is totally a complete changeover. And this property, we spent about 4,000 to furnish this property to this standard, buying the beds, painting, doing all the works to bring it up to this standard. So you can see all in this property, I'm 6,200 down, or 6,200 invested into this property. Then on a nightly rate, I'll be renting this property out at £100 minimum, or maximum about 150, 170 a night. So let's take the minimum and be conservative. If it's rented out on £100 a night, and let's say, for argument's sake, this property is booked for 30 nights. Yeah, so if you calculate £100 times 30 nights, that's £3,000, and I will pay the landlord their 1,100 rent, and I will pay obviously council tax. I'll pay internet, I'll pay gas and electric into this property, I'll pay water. So all the bills, let's say all the bills equate to add up to £400. So I would have paid 1.5 into this property. That 1.5 is my, let's call it, operational cost. So this is the money which I pay every time, no matter what the property is booked or no matter what the property is not booked. I will be paying 1.5 every single month. Yeah, but we said for this example, we're gonna assume my property in the month of this month has been booked for 30 nights. So I've made £3,000 and I've paid out to the landlord and to the bills company 1,500. So that other 1,500 is my profit. It's my hard work. It's my money coming straight into my pockets to pocket that. So that's 1.5 a month. Okay. Before you attack me in the comment section, I'm not saying it's going to be always like that every single month, you know, for you to be fully occupied. But for you to make this a good, viable model, you want to be doing your calculations on 50 to 60%. If the property is working at 60% plus going up, then that's a good deal if you're making a profit on that, you know. So on this property, my break even number is 50%. So if the property every month is occupied for 15 nights, then I'm covered. I can pay the landlord and I can pay the bills, and the rest which I make above that is profit to my pockets. But obviously I'm not working here for £100 profit, £200 profit. So I just want to maximize the bookings to at least 80%. So I'm making at least 800 plus on profit on this property. Do you get the maths here? I will repeat the maths for you. So I've taken this property from a landlord and the agreed rent with the landlord, and the landlord has given me full permissions to rent this property on a short-term basis. You know, in the contract agreement, we've agreed this. The landlord knows exactly what I will be doing. He has given me his blessings to say, yes, go ahead. I've seen what you've done with other properties, so go ahead and do this with my property. And you can see the benefits from day one of what we've done to this property. We've revamped it. You know, when the landlord walked into the property, they were like, oh my God, is this actually my property? Because I wanted to build their trust, and I came to invited them to the property for them to see, okay, you gave me a property on this day, and this is when I said I will add value to your property. This is what I meant. They were like, wow, Tabo, is this what you really did to my property? Thank you so much. They can see already their property is being taken care of. Their property is in good hands. So I'm a safe pair of hands who they have trusted with their property. And I'm not saying this to show off, but I'm saying this, you can actually do the same as this. This is a very, very simple model, and a lot of people are making money from it, and a lot of people are getting rich from doing this model. And this is your turn in 2025 to do this. Let me repeat the numbers back to you again. 1.1 is paid to the landlord, that's the agreed rent. Then I paid deposit of 1.1. Also, I paid 4,000 to revamp the property, refab the property into the standards with all the furniture and everything in. So already in the business model, I'm 6,200 in. Yeah. After that, the property every month, my operational costs, my expenses every month, my expenses are the rent to the landlord, 1.1. The bills, the council tax, the energy, the electric, the water, the internet, everything adds up to about £400 a month. So you add 1.1 plus the 400, that gives you 1,500 pounds every month. I owe it to the landlord and the energy companies and the bills companies. So even if the property is booked zero, it has no booking, I still need to pay that 1.5 from my own pockets. I will need to pay that no matter what. I still need to pay that. Yeah. So As me, as a host, as the operator, my job, job, is to market this property so that it gets fully booked, it gets booked. You know, that's our job as the service accommodation Airbnb operators. We don't just take the property, put it on Airbnb, booking.com and pray to God that the property gets fully booked. No, you have to have strategies to also like get direct bookings, you know, direct marketing, different ways to make this property fully booked. So moving on, anyone can do this. And I know I've made it super simple in this video, but trust me, I really want to help you to get and start your first Airbnb property in 2025. If you've watched this far and are interested in what I've said, you can book a free call with me in the link in the bio or in the comment section. With that call, it's a 30-minute call, free of charge, no obligation of what, but I want to have a chat with you and see how best I can help you in 2025 for you to start your Airbnb service accommodation business. Don't leave money on the table. People are making money. Take what belongs to you in 2025 and at least give, like what Steven said at the beginning of this video, supplement your income. You know, you don't have to leave your 9 to 5. You can have this income additional to your 9 to 5 until you scale to however many properties you want and you can leave your 9 to 5. I'm not one of those coaches or people who will be telling you suck your boss, leave your 9 to 5, etc. No, slow and steady wins the race. So if you're interested in what I've said, my friend, book a call with me and I will speak to you soon. See you on the inside.